So I am about to wax this totally amazing whip that I made. 16 plat. It's got a little accent running through it. I got my roaster set up over there. I got my tarp put down because I understand this paraffin wax will stain the concrete really bad, and I don't want that to happen. I understand you can't get it up off of concrete if you spill it on concrete. But after I get all the air bubbles out of it, I'm gonna hoist it up on the golden hook up there and let the thing dry out, cool off. Totally superior to what anybody else is doing on their whips. It's about dark 30 right now by the time this wax got melted. And into the wax we go. Let's see, I'm gonna go tongue in first. The rest of it. Oh, I've got barely enough wax in here, but it is submerged, barely submerged in the wax. I can definitely see the bubbles coming up out of it. I don't want to drop my phone in there, that'd be bad. You can see these little air bubbles coming up. I can see it in the camera right there. When those air bubbles slow down or stop altogether, I saw some just stop right there. And those air bubbles stop coming up. There's a few more coming up. It shouldn't be too hot. So our thermostat is not kicking on and it's below 200 degrees, so I'm not worried about that. I just want to get all the air out of it. Okay. Here's a close-up shot of the whip after I waxed it and hung it up. Got it hoisted up on there on my golden hook. And look at that, just look at that. I mean, it's a totally different whip now. Almost, it seems like. This thing is just so cool. It changed the color and everything. So now that we're completely done with this whip and we've waxed it, and you know, it looks outstanding. This was a coyote color and it totally changed the color of this. This was like mahogany and it turned almost black. So it all together changed this properties of this whip. It made it a lot more rigid. It's more rigid than before. It just handles differently. And you know, if you were, let's just say, if you were a real life Indiana Jones, hypothetically speaking, you're Indy and you need a bullwhip, I think that if I was you, I would choose a Paracord bullwhip. They're more durable, they're weather resistant, waterproof, and really stronger. You do not want to, in general, swing from the banisters from these things because they could break. But if you had to, if you absolutely had to, I would choose a nylon whip for that purpose. But as far as a self-defense weapon, no, I think it's a poor weapon for self-defense. Absolutely. It's not the first weapon of choice. You need room to work with this kind of thing. Not only that, there's a learning curve. So, I don't know. That's up for debate. But this is a 12-foot paracord bullwhip that I made a 16 plat. I just learned how to tie these Turk's head knots. My first Turk's head knot here, you know, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look terrible. I think the heel knot turned out a lot better after I did some studying and practice. So it took me about a week, believe it or not. It took me about a week to get that down on how to do that. So yeah, I'm pretty tickled with this whip. I'm happy with it and very proud of the way it turned out. So I'm gonna make more. My wife wants me to make a red one with some black, a red whip with some black accents in it. A lot like this one, only red with black. But man, it's really cool. Really cool. I'm gonna put a cracker on it tomorrow and give it some test cracks, and it needs to be broke in anyway a little bit. Thank you for watching my videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment in the comments what you think, and what do you think would be better in a survival situation? A paracord bullwhip or a kangaroo hide bullwhip? Me personally, I would choose a paracord bullwhip because I think it would be more durable and survive the wilds. But you know, that is a fantasy world type scenario that will likely never happen to anybody, right? But it's fun to think about, right? For all the indie fans out there, you know. God bless y'all. And like, comment, subscribe. Kirby out.